I think we are live. Hello, everyone who have joined in. I have with me Vikram, who is the CEO of Black Lotus app, which I speak about almost every time. And today we have a very special stream. So we are going to speak with Leon. He's going to join us in few minutes. He's known as the kindness guy. I've seen his video. It's called Kindness Diaries, right? Yeah. And when I watched it, I was like, I couldn't just stop it. Like I wanted to watch the next episode. Always like it is a very short, I think 20-25 minutes it used to be one episode, and I kept watching it again and again. So it was very addictive. I remember that. So when I watched it, I first got introduced to Leon, and it's very nice that I get to speak to him today, ask him so many questions. I'm sure you also have a lot of questions. Oh, sorry, just one second. There seems to be some issue with your audio. I'll just fix it. Um, can you please say something again? No, not yet. Mm, Yeah, sorry about that. Um, mm, yeah, sorry, chat. Let me just fix this issue quickly, as
Yes,
usual.
before Leon comes.
Yeah, I think they can hear you now.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, I think they can hear. I hope there is no echo. Chat, please let me know if there is no echo or something when we are speaking. Always some technical issues,
Yeah. I
especially
mean,
with.
trust me. I mean, just before we got on, I was supposed to check something in Black Lotus, and it was not working, and heart came to my mouth, and there is special giveaway and other things, and it was suddenly not working. Then I found out there was some issue with the internet. Anyway, so
Awesome.
everybody, you are able to hear me?
Yeah, they are able to hear, but they said there is slight echo. So I'll try to fix it. One second. Mm, No. It's definitely a problem on my end.
Okay.
Can you say something now?
Yeah. Hey, Vidit.
Yeah. Oh,
Big fan for
perfect,
here.
perfect.
Okay. So,
I
guys,
think now
all
the
I was
echo is
saying
gone.
was, thank you, Vidit, for allowing me to be on the stream. Big fan of you, and big fan of chess, and it's a privilege and a treat to talk to you like this. It's so thank you for
No.
that.
Pleasure is mine.
Thank you. And just like you were saying, about Leon, I'm a big fan of Leon as well. And we watched Kindness Diaries, and he has written a very nice book called Go Be Kind. And we just, from Black Lotus point of view, we just wrote him an email one day, and not even knowing that it would, Leon would even receive it, or anybody would reply. And the reply came the same day, and he's like, "Hey guys, why don't we get on a call?" And it's been a treat for the last 1 year that we kind of know him. We have chatted multiple times, and he's a lovely gentleman through and through, and a joy to speak to. And his experiences are so varied. I'm really looking forward to hearing him, and share his experiences really with it. So thank you for that.
Before we bring on Leon, I
Yeah,
have a question which
please.
a lot of my chat who watch the streams also have.
Okay.
First of all, good to know that the stream is fixed. So the thing is, the banner
Yeah.
has changed.
Yes.
Previously, the banner used to be different,
Yes.
and the tagline was "Your mind is our business,"
Yes.
and now it's "Unleash your potential."
Yes.
So let's address the elephant in the room, as they say. Why has it changed? And can you tell us about it?
Well, the good thing about change is when there is a change, people notice it. If there was no change, nobody would have noticed it.
Mm.
Jokes aside, always the earlier tagline was a temporary thing that was there. And, as you know, Om Swami is the creator of Black Lotus, and he had specified that, there will come a time where we will change the tagline. And also, we heard from everybody, many of your supporters, where your mind is our business sounded like a business deal, and we didn't want to go that route. So clearly there was a better tagline at play, and we were waiting to unleash it, and we did it coinciding with the launch of your gold pack. So that's the reason why we
Okay.
changed the tagline. Yeah.
So, Chad, now you have the answer, from him, now you don't need to ask me. First of all, I want to ask everybody in the chat, do you use the app? And if you use, what is the one feature which you like? So, or if you have any, thing which you like come back to often, this is your time to say it.
Awesome.
And I'll just see if how many people use it. I use it every day. So it's been what 340 days a streak for me, and
Amazing.
I want to make it 1,000. That's the next aim.
That's
Uh,
fantastic. You are an inspiration on multiple levels with it. So even using the app itself, I don't have such a big streak
no, no,
myself.
it's a very selfish thing. I use it for myself. There's no altruism there. I
Awesome,
just use it
awesome,
for myself.
awesome. And hey, chat, this is, this stream is not about Black Lotus. It's really about Leon and kindness.
Yeah,
We will just get him on, we're just chit chatting for a few minutes, and then
right.
he will come on board. So don't think
Exactly. Yeah.
that this is this is about Black Lotus or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, and also there's a big giveaway at the end. So
Yes.
don't leave the stream. At the end, we'll announce the contest. But as usual, for good things in life, we have to wait a little bit, and we'll do that. So I'm just
Awesome.
trying to see if there are. I use the feature which is the sound meditation. They are
Mm.
saying also love my goal pack. Actually, I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
So we decided to create this goal pack, which was about my let's say habits or exercises which I do in my life.
Right.
Of course, coupled with the guided meditation from the experts,
Right.
because I'm not an expert in meditation. So I didn't want to, say that to meditate this way. I wanted someone who's really, really good at it to do that.
Right.
And in chess, what has helped me, I tried to put that, and I think the curation was amazing. So how has been the response of the people?
Yes.
Because I've heard some things personally from the people, but
Mhm.
you must have, of course, got more
Yes,
feedback.
yes, absolutely. Vidit. Thank you for asking that question. We have got terrific feedback from two cohorts. One cohort, of course, are your followers. They have heard you, about the app, and they've come into the app and they've used the app, and in a way, there is a, they really liked your, what and all you said, your videos. They did the exercises, and we got a ton of good feedback. But we also got good feedback from people who not necessarily were your followers. Maybe they came onto the gold pack accidentally, and they used it, and then they became your followers.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know
and
this.
yeah, and there
I
are
feel sorry for them.
not at all. I think it was really good, especially the inputs that you gave with respect to the jar, the win jar,
Achievements, yeah,
achievements
yeah.
jar. That was amazing, and many of the activities. There were many more activities in this goal pack when compared to others. So people really
Okay.
loved it. And couple of small feedbacks that I got. One is we got feedback from a 19-year-old individual, and he's like, after doing the goal pack, other people are coming and telling me that something has changed in him, and he
Oh,
didn't know what it was, and this was
oh,
something.
that's so cool.
Yeah,
That's the
that was
best
giving.
like, best thing you can hear for doing something
Exactly,
without
exactly.
telling yourself.
And somebody in Europe, had PTSD, a little bit of stress disorder, and so he did the goal pack, and he's like, that really helped me, overcome it, to calm myself down. That was amazing as well. And
When you told this story, it reminds me of what I do. So
uh,
I try to work out every day
okay.
and try not to miss it. But what happens is that I go to my father and say, like I flex and I ask him, "Do you see any changes? Do you see some changes?" And he just laughs out. But here, if somebody else is telling you without you asking, that's the best
Exactly.
compliment. I can tell it from my experience
Absolutely.
of gym.
Absolutely.
He
Absolutely.
never notices it, by the way, just saying.
No,
He just thinks it's long way to go.
no, but it was that. So it was all overall very good feedback. So guys, if you have not experienced Vidit Gold Pack in the app, please go about doing it. It's really about living life like a champion. And when I personally experienced it as well, I took a lot of value, and it's really fantastic. If we can take even few of those practices in and incorporate it in daily life, I think we will become a winner for sure. So thanks to Vidit.
Thank you, Vikram. I don't want to keep Leon waiting. He has
Yes.
joined us. I'll
Yes.
just show the video,
Yes.
which is of Leon, which will be an introduction to everybody watching.
Please.
I want you also to see it. You will not be able to hear the audio. Most of it is, in the video form you've seen it, but
Yeah.
I'll just show you 1 second.
Oh, no worries. Let's get started.
One second. Can you see the screen?
I'm seeing
The
it.
black screen.
Black
Yeah, black
screen.
screen.
Yes.
Okay, I'll start the video now.
Please.
One second. They're saying that they can't hear it. I'll just try to fix that. Mm.
Waiting for a message of hope, a message that will change lives.
Not really. Oh, there's some issue. It was working fine when I did it beforehand.
It was very inspirational.
I'm here today to talk to you about something. Change. Open up your heart.
Now they can hear it. Okay. Just I'll go back to the start. Chat, now you can hear it. Let's
It's
see.
just a 2-minute video, guys.
The calm before the storm. In less than 1 hour, 20,000 people will be sitting in this magical arena, waiting for a message of hope, a message that will change lives.
It was very inspirational.
I'm here today to talk to you about something that changes lives. Open up your heart and magic will happen. And kindness is truly one of the most beautiful things that you can give another human being.
Thank you to Leon, Logothetis. Our first Cam Talk. The bar's hot. The bar's hot.
True wealth is not in your wallet. It's in your heart. The most beautiful thing that each and every one of us in this room can do for another human being is to see them.
It was such a beautiful reminder of just the simple power of our presence.
He's a global adventurer, a motivational speaker, philanthropist, and author of the best-selling memoir, The Kindness Diaries. He gave up his job as a broker and his home in London.
It wasn't for me. And then I went and traveled the world and I connected with people. You were in a refugee camp for 12 years.
He has visited more than 100 countries and traveled to every continent.
Congratulations on living the life I daydream about all day long.
He's the host of the TV series, The Kindness Diaries, now streaming on Netflix.
You're definitely a breath of fresh air.
Yes,
Hey, you
yeah.
really are.
Please help me welcome to the stage the kind Leon Logothetis.
Awesome. That was really nice.
Just 1 second. I'll bring Leon. Could you
Yes.
please switch on your camera? Awesome.
Hey.
Hey Leon,
are you?
welcome
Hey,
to the
Leon.
stream.
Leon in the house.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
That was such a lovely video, by the way. When I first watched it, I was like, wow, I only had seen parts of it. That was from your show. which I'm a big fan, by the way, of. And this video showed more, what else you're doing, and you're touching so many people's lives. So thanks for doing that. Vikram, I'll let you take
Yes,
over.
no, just as a quick introduction, and I'll get out of the way. Leon, please meet Vidit. Vidit is India, chess grandmaster, as you know. He's India ranked #2, world number 23. More importantly, he's also a big YouTube streamer now, and thousands of people watch his streams every day, and he's a big youth icon and a super humble being at heart. And same way, Leon. Vidit, Leon is, the kindness guy in the world. So his kindness diaries are amazing. You've watched a few of them, and he's really a down to earth kind of a person, and really it's a treat to have him. And I'm really lucky because I get to see, I'm a fan of both of you guys, and I get to see both of you talk and also, join in. So hurrah me! And please, over to you guys.
Yeah. So Leon, can we bother you with few questions? Because I have a
Sure.
lot of them on my mind.
Yeah, no worries. Ask me any question you want.
Awesome. So by the way, the chat is sending a lot of love to you. They loved your video. So I watched your video, the Kindness Diaries, and it was that you were on the road traveling from one country to the another, just surviving on the basis of the kindness of the strangers. You didn't like put any money on yourself and everything. Like all the experiences you had were based on the kindness of the people, right? So how did this happen? Like, it's such a thing, like it does not everybody can do it. And why did you do it? And how did this come to fruition?
Sure. So that's a great question. So I used to be a broker in the city of London, and on the outside, I pretty much had everything you could ever want. But on the inside, I felt very alone. I felt very depressed. I felt very disconnected. But no one really knew because I was wearing a mask, not the COVID-19 type, the psychological mask that said to the world, oh, I'm fine. Oh, yeah, I'm fine. But I wasn't. And I think that many people can relate to that. So I ended up watching a movie called The Motorcycle Diaries, which is about a man traveling around South America relying on kindness. And after watching that movie, I was like, all right, I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to start traveling the world on kindness. Now, clearly, that's the simplified version of the story. But I quit my job and I started to travel around the world on kindness. And one of my first journeys was I walked across America. I walked from the Eiffel Tower to Red Square in Moscow. And I walked around England, all relying on kindness. And this was before the Kindness Diaries.
You mean walked or you traveled, like, or you literally walked?
Hitchhiked.
Hitchhiked.
Yeah. And I then moved to Los Angeles, spent 7 or 8 years kind of living here and being in Hollywood and doing the Hollywood thing. And then one day I realized again that I needed to quit my job again. And this time was when I decided to do the Kindness Diaries and go from Los Angeles all the way around the earth back to Los Angeles. No money, no food, no gas, no place to stay. All I would have is relying on people like you.
Awesome. And you traveled how many countries, Leon?
I traveled to, I think it was 21 countries.
Wow.
So from LA all the way around the world back to LA, if my memory serves me correct, was 21 countries.
That's amazing. And how, literally everything that you did was based on somebody else's kindness to you, right? Like, so you would what? You just walk up to them and say, hey, give me a lift here, or can I stay, or how did that go?
Yeah, so one of the really important rules was I couldn't accept money. So you couldn't give me money, right?
Okay.
You would have to, put me up for the night if you wanted to, feed me, drive me from, well, I didn't need to be driven because I had the bike. It was really like a genuine, heartfelt connection needed to be made in order to get me from A to B.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. Please continue. How was that experience like for you?
I mean, look, it was life-changing in many ways. It gave me a different perspective on the world.
Right.
If we turn on the news, it looks like the world is falling apart, and maybe it is. But when we connect with each other, we realize that there's so much goodness out there, and there's little badness. And yes, it happens, of course, I get it. I'm not, I'm not here to tell you that bad things don't happen, because they do. But more often than not, good things happen.
Actually, when I think about, like, when I try to put myself in your shoes, and I think that, okay, I'm going to start this journey. Okay, I imagine I'm on a street in a country, which is like, a strange country for me. And I have to go to people and ask them, can you please buy me some food? Or, I'm not hungry, or I'm doing this challenge. And then, or can I sleep at your place? I have no place to sleep. I mean, that's not like asking questions or like directions how to go to the train station. It's such a different question to ask. And I'm sure there will be many rejections. So how did you gather that courage to first like go and ask? And I'm sure you must have faced rejections. Like, is there an incident, or like the first time you did this, the first time you got a place to stay? Can you share a little bit about that moment, or the first relief? Oh, it really works.
Sure. That's a great question. So yeah, there's lots of rejections. Most people say no, understandably so, right? I mean, who am I? Why would you say yes?
True.
But you always find that one person that wants to connect. And it's not like I just go up to someone and immediately say, oh, hello, can I stay in your house tonight? It doesn't happen like that. I have my yellow motorbike. I tell them my story. I tell them what I'm doing.
Right.
I talk to them. And then if I feel like they're being friendly and there may be an opportunity, I say, is there any way I can stay in your house tonight? And sometimes they say no, and sometimes they say yes. But I don't always need to stay in someone's house. Sometimes it's just something to eat. Sometimes it's just to connect. It's just really about, I think the art of human connection is not as strong as it should be. And really, the Kindness Diaries is just reminding us about the importance of connecting to each other.
I feel right now, like especially in India also, like when I was growing up, my parents always told me, like everybody's parents, if a stranger comes up to you and offers you something, be very careful, don't accept it. And since childhood, I think we have this certain kind of, I would say, restriction or a fear that, we should not get involved with someone. So we are also less likely to help someone else. And because we don't know what is their intention, right? So it's always very tough, in my opinion, to like. So how did you find that experience, that strangers who didn't know anything about you, like very basic information, they were ready to host you, and or like help you in any way possible? So what do you think is the quality that is required, which you saw in so many people that were like, even when they were very poor? I saw some people in chat were also asking that many of them must be poor and still they might have helped you. So what is that quality which makes them like, help someone and trust them?
I would say the quality is that most of us come from up here in our minds. But if you come from here and you connect with someone from here, then you bypass a lot of the craziness that we are told by the news and by being conditioned, and you can make a decision from here, and you make a decision from your place of intuition, right? It's an intuitive decision as to whether or not you want to connect with this person or not. And there were moments when my intuition told me, I have to leave this situation. And I did. And there were moments where my intuition was like, no, you need to do this. And I did.
That's such a beautiful answer, like the way you put it, that it's
Yeah.
not from here and it's from heart. I think that just that sentence answers my question, what I wanted to ask. Thank you for that. I'm just looking at the chat. Meanwhile, Vikram, if you have some questions for
Yeah,
Leon,
yeah,
I'll also take some
and
questions from
yeah,
audience.
exactly. That's what I wanted to say. Chat, please, please put up some questions for Leon. So, Leon, I believe you came to India as well, right? That was one of the countries. How was that experience for you?
I mean, look, I have been to India many times. I keep returning to India. There is a magic in India. I tell people that on the outside, in many instances, if you arrive in India, you see a lot of poverty. You see a lot of, you know, maybe things that people would see as negative, which, clearly poverty is.
Right.
But if you see beneath that, if you see the heart, if you see the soul, if you see the magic of India, you cannot help yourself but to always want to return. Right?
Awesome.
So there was so many lessons that I received from all my trips to your amazing country.
Awesome. I mean, you just made us feel proud, and that's really nice. So,
I don't know if I should spoil it for the people. I saw that episode when you
Oh.
came to India, and at first, I think you were trying to make peace with all that was going on around. There was so much like traffic and so much noise. And the most beautiful thing was the person who helped you was an auto rickshaw driver, if I'm not wrong, in New Delhi. And he was living in like such a small room. I don't know if it was even like, it was just one room. He had his wife, two kids, and he hosted you. He also made sure you had the meals. And he was coming from such a humble background. Like, you would not expect that, just to trust someone else. And he did that with his open heart. Can you tell us about that experience which you saw there? And by the way, I want to tell you guys that, many times Leon would pay them back with kindness. And in this story, the person who was hosting Leon actually had rented his auto. And while talking to Leon, when Leon was asking him, he told that he supports his family through this. And if he could get at some point his own auto rickshaw, it would help his family a lot. And whenever there were such instances, Leon would make sure that the person who has helped him would get a better future. So Leon, can you share a little bit about that experience when you were there in India?
Absolutely. So we were in Delhi. We were in the Paraganj market, and
Very crowded place.
yeah, it's an interesting place. It was actually a holiday. We arrived on a holiday, so the market was pretty empty. And I just saw this fellow. He was one of the people that I went up to and started speaking to. I told him what I was doing, and he said to me, "Well, come back to my house and meet my family and my kids and my community." And I was like, "All right." So I got in his rickshaw. We went to his community. He lived in a very, very poor area of town. We started talking, and he said to me that I could stay the night. He wanted me to sleep in his bed and him and his wife to sleep on the floor. I said, absolutely not. I'm sleeping on the floor, you sleep in the bed. He's like, absolutely not. You're sleeping in the bed and I'm sleeping on the floor. And I was like, he said, guest is God in India. And I was like, okay. I slept in the bed, he slept on the floor. I still feel guilty, but he forced me. The next morning, I told him I had found out a little bit about his life and he needed some help. So me and the crew helped him and bought him a rickshaw. But the story doesn't end there, because he and I are still friends. We speak on WhatsApp. Last time, every time I go back to Delhi, he comes and picks me up with his rickshaw at the airport. I'm like, Diru, please let me get a cab. He's like, no, I'm coming. So he comes and picks me up. I meet his family every time. Last time we went, we actually were doing a documentary in India, which will come out next year. And he took me back to his home. He's moved to the same community but a bigger house. It's a very beautiful thing. And here is a man who gives so much of himself. He is a good, kind man who is just. It was just a beautiful thing, and I feel like I have a friend for life. And I like I said, I'm very grateful that Diru and I have become friends.
Nice.
And next time I go to Delhi, he'll be there at the airport with his rickshaw.
Also, if I remember correctly, when you were driving your bike, you accidentally ran over some gate or some wall and you broke your bike, right? Was it in India? It was in India, right?
It was at the Taj Mahal.
Oh, in Agra.
Yeah, in Agra. I was driving it into a gate, and I hit the gate and nearly hit, and well, I did hit my cameraman as well. Luckily, he's alive. Yeah, that was an interesting one. But I spent in Kindness Diary season 1. I spent a few weeks in India. You know, we crossed basically a lot of India. I think we did a lot of India. We ended up all the way in Calcutta, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, wow. I haven't seen those parts. Is it available for us to watch? Can we watch it?
It was on Netflix. I'm not sure it's on Netflix anymore.
I tried really hard, but I couldn't find it.
It was on Netflix for 3 years, but as you know, things come on and off Netflix.
Right. And if people can have to watch, is there a way they can?
Well, in America, you can watch it on Discovery Plus, and we're trying to get it on other channels around the world.
Awesome. I think you also have wrote a book on kindness, right?
Yeah, I wrote a book called The Kindness Diaries. So it's the book about the show. And I wrote a book called Go Be Kind, which is about inspiring people to be kind.
Awesome. So I think we can get that at least, even if we can't watch the show.
Yes, you can get The Kindness Diaries, the book. Yes, absolutely.
Awesome.
So I'll ask one selfish question, Vikram, before you ask.
Yeah, please.
That is that, let's say I want to help, right? So how can a person be kind? You know, what are the ways he can become a better, kinder person? And what differences one can find in himself if you're kind? Like, because everybody nowadays thinks in advantages. So is there an advantage of being kind in your, because you're the kindness guy, you're the expert. So I'm gonna ask you this question on behalf of everyone.
So, has anyone ever been mean to you?
Yes.
How have you felt when they were mean to you?
Not good.
Has anyone ever been kind to you?
Yes, many times.
And how have you felt when they were kind to you?
I felt like a warmth. I felt certain warmth from them. And like, you know, if I'm, let's say, angry or something, and then if somebody else is kind, automatically like that negative emotion subsides and I feel more of the warmth inside me.
Perfect. So that is the answer to your question. You know what it feels like when someone's mean, and you know what it feels like when someone's kind. So you need to go out into the world, not perfectly, right? No one's perfect. I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. You need to go out into the world and give others what you yourself know feels good and want, right? Because ultimately, kindness is a win-win. If I'm kind to you, the chances are that you're going to win because you get to feel good, and I also get to feel good by being kind, right?
So if the person who is being kind also feels the same warmth in his heart as the other person would feel.
Exactly, right?
Right.
And people always say to me, they're like, Leon, what does kindness mean to you? And the truth is that the kindness is simply helping someone feel less alone, right? That's it. We've all felt alone. You felt alone. I've felt alone. And when someone is kind, we feel less alone and we feel more connected. And when we feel more connected, we feel happier. And when we feel happier, we feel more of a desire to do good, to change the world, to live our lives in the best way as possible. Yeah. So there are so many benefits. This is the second part of your question. There are so many benefits to being kind, to allowing yourself to receive kindness. It is a never-ending train of benefit.
So the founder of the Black Lotus app, Om Swami, he usually says that whatever you give, it grows. So let's say if you give out more anger, it will also grow inside of you. So if you give out more, like, warmth, kindness, and compassion, that will also grow inside of you. I think that's resonates perfectly with what you just said, in a way.
Absolutely. Oh, that's really so true. And Leon, amongst all these experiences that you had, was there a super funny experience, something that happened and, that you did not even envision would happen and, really caught you by surprise?
Do you know, it's so interesting. I've been talking about the Kindness Diaries for many years now. And I gave a speech a couple of days ago where for the first time, someone asked me, tell me a story about something funny that happened. And 3 days later, you're doing the same thing. You're asking me to say something funny. Something funny. I mean, I remember with Diru that I was in his community, and they were playing cricket. And to me, it was kind of funny in a cool way that here I was in I don't know if it's the home of cricket. I think England is the home of cricket. I'm not sure, but certainly it feels like India is the home of cricket.
It does.
and I was here playing cricket with the locals. And it was just, I don't know about a funny experience, but it was just, it was a cool experience to be on the streets of India.
Nice.
Playing cricket with Indians.
Nice.
I think I hit a 6.
That's awesome. That's really nice.
Fish roots.
Cricket is in you already, in your blood.
Oh, it definitely is.
No, that's fantastic. And I believe you did Kindness Diaries 1 and 2 as well, right? Like, I saw you one in the bike, and then you were using a car. I think there is some story about the bike and the car as well, right? Well, what is that?
Yeah, so season 1, where I went from LA all the way around the world back to LA, I used a 1978 Changjiang Chinese bike with a sidecar.
Okay.
It kept breaking down. It was awful. Season 2, I bought a 50-year-old Beetle. A yellow Beetle.
Right.
And I drove it from Alaska to Argentina.
Wow.
And if you've seen season 2, you'll know that the car, although it worked a lot better than season 1, broke down a few times. And also, for example, when it was snowing, the car was so old that it snowed inside the car. So it wasn't the greatest experience.
Right. I don't know how you did it, man. I mean, it's as Vidit was saying, me thinking about myself going to a stranger and asking for anything, that itself is a failure for me. Forget about, asking about going and, asking for food or staying in somebody's place. I think it's after watching you and, even talking about, there are many fans in India of yours, by the way, Leon. And I randomly met a stranger and I told him, hey, you know what? I'm speaking to Leon. And he's like, wow, Leon, I'm a big fan. And this guy actually, after looking at your the Kindness Diaries, he did a walk of some 1,000 kilometers, and he's like, oh, the only thing I want to do is write Leon an email saying that, hey, thank you, man, because I would never even have dreamt of doing such a thing, right? And I was like amazed, and I made a mental note, you know what, I also should do something like this once at least, where at least for a few days, travel like the way you did and establish that human connection, because there are so many barriers that come up. and maybe all that will break away, and it will be a fun experience, and definitely a learning one.
I think you should definitely do it. And also, please give that guy my email because I'd like to hear. I'd like to hear from him.
Will do, for sure, for sure.
By the way, I have some pictures of Leon. So
Hmm.
we have been talking about it, but seeing the pictures also, I think, will give audience a little bit of glimpse into what happened, and then we can ask Leon what were the experiences about it. So just 1 second, I'll show it quickly.
Oh,
Sure.
goodness. I'm wondering what pictures you have.
So these are the pictures. So here you're on stage, I think, and giving a big talk. So right now you also give a lot of talks, right, Leon?
I give a lot of talks, and it's always been it's actually really interesting. This is really interesting. One of the first talks I ever gave was at a rural school in India.
Wow.
Many years ago. I was walking through India with we'll call him a holy man, for 2 weeks. And I told him one day, I said, I really want to speak in front of kids. So he took a mental note, and one day we walk into the school and he says to me, "Here's your chance." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" It's like, "Here's your chance to speak to the kids." I'm like, "Well, I mean, I need to prepare for this." He's like, "Well, this is your preparation. You better do it now." So yeah, I have an affinity with India. I have an affinity with the Indian people. I have an affinity with the land. I have an affinity with the culture, and any opportunity that I get to come back and to share the message and the hope of my adventures is something that I always love doing.
Nice. No, that's very nice.
I think I've failed to show you the pictures. Sorry
Yeah.
for my fault there. So this was the picture I was
Ah.
talking about.
Wow, that's
Like
a huge
here.
crowd.
Yeah, there's a huge crowd there.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, this one as well.
This was where, Leon?
It's in Salt Lake City.
Oh, okay. Okay. Nice.
Where is this?
Oh, that's in Argentina, in Ushuaia. We did a television show. That's a great picture, right?
Yeah, it's awesome.
We did a television show in Argentina a while back.
I'll just fix this so that people can see you as well.
Sure.
Awesome. And then we have more pictures. So this was the beetle which you're speaking about.
Yes, that's in Bolivia, in the Uyuni salt flats. It's literally amazing. It's like you're on a different planet. It's incredible. Incredible.
It looks beautiful.
It really is. It's a beautiful place. We couldn't go into the salt flats because the car would break, but we went to the outskirts of it.
Nice. Fantastic. Ooh, fancy.
I don't know which. I'm trying to guess. Okay, but I give up.
So that's Peru.
Oh.
That's me and a fisherman, and we were going to a deserted island to fish, which and that's a really cool picture. I like it.
Nice.
1 second. Trying to make it prettier because the photos are prettier while my stream layout doesn't look so pretty, so I feel bad.
Okay.
And then
yeah, so this is a beautiful picture. This is Ecuador. This is me talking to a lady who has dedicated her life to saving dogs. And we really had a beautiful connection. And she told me about all her pain that led her to giving so much love to these animals. And it was just I love dogs too, and I had a Boston Terrier that had recently died, and me and her were just really having a beautiful connection in Ecuador. It was very lovely.
Very nice.
So this is in Panama, in the jungle in Panama. And I found this tribe that were living away from society.
Oh, wow.
And this is me throwing one of the kids into the river.
And despite like maybe I don't know if there was a language barrier, and like as you said, they were living away from the city. So how did you connect with them? Because they will be reserved, they live within the tribe, and then for them you'll be a stranger.
Yeah. So even though they live about an hour away from kind of civilization down the river, they do touristy stuff. And someone I'd met before knew the chief of the village. So they put me in touch with the chief, and they met me upriver and then took me to the village.
Nice. Fantastic. Ooh, nice.
This is a famous photo. Well, for me it is anyway. This is in Montenegro. So it's me driving Kindness One in the mountains of Montenegro. I was in the, I think it was the capital, I can't remember. I think I was in the capital of Montenegro.
Kosovo?
I started to speak. Say it again?
Kosovo or?
No, Montenegro.
Okay.
And I started speaking to this random couple on the street. And they ended up putting me in touch with this guy in a village up in the mountains in Montenegro. So I was like, all right. So I drove to the mountains in Montenegro to stay the night with this guy and his family. And this is a picture of me driving to that place.
Nice.
Is it the same story where also like through many people they said that, oh, I can't help you, but I have a friend who can help you. Then you go to that friend and then he said, no, I can't, but I know a guy who can help you. And
Exactly
eventually,
that. Yes, that happened a few times. And the guy in Montenegro, it's funny, he worked on a farm and we ended up buying him a cow. So we bought this guy a cow. We literally bought him a cow. I mean, he has a cow now.
Holy cow. Nice.
I think because he hosted you and his family, and he told you that his entire living, like from 12 generations, I think they were just doing this, and their main source of income was whatever they could get, like cheese and other stuff from the cow. So if they had a cow, it would have been great, and you nicely, kindly gifted them, and their reaction was very sweet when that happened. That was a beautiful episode.
Nice.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. So look, man, I was actually just thinking, what I'd love to do is I'd love to send you, Vidit, maybe like 10 Kindness Diaries books that you can then give away to your viewers.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic. That's an icing on the top.
People would love it. People would love it. So guys, this was not planned. Leon just spontaneously decided to do that.
The kindness guys showing kindness. That's it.
There you go. So this is actually a famous picture as well. It is me on the bike in Italy. And clearly it was taken by one of the crew members, and I use it often in my speeches.
Nice.
By the way, it's just to the audience, this was not the giveaway, but this is just the kindness of Leon, and they seem excited to get your book. I'm sure they'll love it. I'll take one personally, but later on, when I meet you someday, I'll take that from you.
Absolutely. I'd love to play you at chess. I think I can beat you.
Well, let's not go that far.
We would love to watch.
Okay, I think I'll just have quick photos. I'll just show you because I don't want to take too much time. I think this is the last photo we have.
Nice.
Yeah, that was Bhutan. Oh no, that wasn't Bhutan. That was Darjeeling.
Oh,
this is in India.
One of the India stores.
Yeah, Darjeeling.
Good.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
You've been to many places.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll have a lot of stories to tell, if you meet someone, oh, I went there, this happened, and they'll be no.
Yeah, seriously.
Lots of stories.
Yeah. Out of all the places you have been, Leon, so it's a, trick question, maybe. Not a trick question, but whatever, right? Is there a place where you felt that, the people were the kindest or some kind of a connection?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, there are a lot of kind people in many places
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of mean people, right? That's just the way of the world.
Right.
I would say that Bhutan
Mm.
was exceptional. I still connect with some of the people that I met in Bhutan. As you guys know, specifically, it's northeast of India,
Right.
and it is just a very, very special, magical place. Very peaceful, very calm, and very lovely.
Nice, nice. No, that's really good to know.
There's one message by Aditya who says, "Great work, Leon. How did you find courage to live what you had? Did any self-doubt creep in during your amazing journey? And if yes, how did you overcome?" I think that's a beautiful question.
Beautiful question.
Yeah, sure. I mean, there was a lot of self-doubt, right? The greatest act of self-doubt or bit of self-doubt was when I left my house that first day. I was like, what on earth are you doing? This is total insanity. You've lost your mind. But sometimes you have to lose your mind to become the person that you've always wanted to be, right? And that was the courage. The courage was I didn't want to live the way I'd been living. I wanted to find a new way. And the new way was simply to go out into the world and connect with as many human beings as I possibly could.
Nice.
And my way of doing that, my portal into that human connection was kindness. Although it's called the Kindness Diaries, although it's all about kindness, it's really all about humanity.
Nice. Really, that's awesome. When I got to know about you, when I saw a bit of Kindness Diaries and everything, right? Like the thing that came to my mind was the story often told by Om Swami as well, that there is this beach, and on the beach there are thousands of crabs or a sea animal which is lying on the beach, and they're not able to go back, right? And there are thousands of them. And there's this one young kid, right? He's taking one of them, crab, and putting it back. And while he's even doing it, sometimes the crab would even, bite him. And yet he goes and he does it. And there is this adult guy who is looking at this, and he calls this, kid, and he says, "Dude, what are you doing? There are simply thousands of them. What you're going to do is not going to matter, right?" And then the kid says, "Hey, you know what? It matters to the one that I throw back into the sea." And when I really saw your this one, that's what I felt like. Yes, it's about kindness, and yes, you're going, it's a beautiful show and everything, but all the kindness acts that you did, apart from getting it, I think everybody will kind of remember that for the rest of their lives. And kudos to you. You're an inspiration, Leon, for sure.
I think one more story which I remember of Swamiji is that he says there's like a scorpion, I think, and he is in bit of trouble. And there is a saint who walks up and sees that the scorpion is trouble, and he tries to save him, but the scorpion bites. Then he again tries to save it. Then the scorpion bites again. And there is one guy who is just walking by, and he says, "What are you doing? Can't you see that the scorpion is biting you?" And the saint says that he's doing his job, which is his innate nature, to protect himself, and I'm just doing my job, like as a saint, to help them, as a human, to help other creatures.
Nice.
In a way, it's like our job to be nice. That's, I think, the most natural, and then we get conditioned.
It's very funny with it. At least I see it like this. I expect everybody to be kind around me and to me and whatnot in the streets, in the traffic. But when it comes to me being kind, I'm they say in Kannada, what is in India, kanjus, right? Like
I'm guilty of that too. Guilty.
Right. So, but yeah, definitely, that's really awesome.
By the way, there is a feature in Black Lotus which is RAK, which is like random acts of kindness, where people share their story. If any kindness story impacted them, or they witnessed something, or they themselves did a kind act, and that inspires others. Did you ever get a chance to look at that, Leon?
The random acts of kindness page. Yes.
Awesome.
And Vikram, do you?
I want to.
No, what was your feeling about it when you saw it? And also, like you said yes to us, for spending so much time with us. So what was that thing which made you connect with Black Lotus?
Well, look, random acts of kindness, it's always good to inspire people to be kind. For me, it's not necessarily about random acts of kindness, right? It's just acts of kindness.
Right.
But sometimes you need to kind of just inspire people in any way you possibly can to go out and be kind. And I think doing a random act of kindness is a good way of doing that. And the reason why I said yes to Black Lotus and I said yes to you is because I pretty much say yes to everyone. And also specifically with you guys, you're from India. and any way to connect to the motherland, I will do.
Awesome. So we are looking forward to having you here, Leon, and we'll do a in person, in room, chat, and that'll be fantastic. And I'm looking
Awesome.
forward to that. Yeah.
Thank you, Leon. And Vikram, is there anything you would like to add? I don't want to waste
No,
Leon's
I
time. I
really
don't know how much time
exactly.
he has.
I know it's also we made him wake up bright and early, 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm
Oh,
sure.
sorry, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the time zones have changed. So Leon, it's a treat to talk to you, and every time it's as you said, the connection happens and you touch the heart. So thank you so much for being on the show and giving your time, and thank you for the books, and I'm sure everybody will love it. And we also have a small contest giveaway that we will talk about and do so next.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you, Leon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Take
Okay.
care. Wish you good
Bye.
luck. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. I think everybody's sending a lot of love to you as well. Bye.
That was fantastic. Yeah, there were so many things that kept bubbling up in my mind. I thought, okay, I should keep quiet. Fantastic.
No, I didn't want to take too much of his time. So
True. And then we, chat as well. People are been listening patiently for a long time as well. So thank you guys. Really, just we'll take a couple of minutes and we'll end it. But what an inspiration! What a thought! I wouldn't even have thought about doing such a journey, leaving your career, leaving your ease of living, and then doing this. What an inspiration!
Indeed. I loved speaking to him.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to read his book because I haven't done that. And from the messages I read in the chat, they totally loved it.
Awesome.
So Vikram,
yes.
Do you want to announce the giveaway?
Yes.
Which you're going to do?
Yes.
Is it the
Yes.
right
There are
time?
now double giveaways now.
Yeah.
That's
So
good.
please,
That's awesome.
go ahead,
Yeah.
Vikram.
So Vidit, you should do the honors. I will just tell the how to go about doing it, but you should do the honors and how.
No, please go ahead. I think I'll mess up if I say something.
No worries. So guys, it's a small giveaway. We thought we should do this. First of all, this stream is about kindness, about Leon, and of course with it. But hey, you guys have been unbelievably kind to Black Lotus as well, and also to come up on the streams and chat and give support, and even to the chess fraternity. I mean, really, it's amazing. I always wanted to kind of share this and send love and wishes to you guys. You guys rock. Vidit OP for sure, but you guys OP also. For sure, all this lingo that I've learned from you guys. Fantastic, phenomenal. So basically, it's a small giveaway where we thought, hey, to commemorate, Leon's contribution as well. We thought if you could, in our Black Lotus app, and Vidit will probably, run a small video and show. We have, as you were saying, where you can share your experience, a kindness experience that you have had, right? And write a small one paragraph or whatever about it. And the idea is that please share your kindness experience in the app. We'll show you how, and we will pick the top 10 people who have shared their experiences, and give away an autographed book from Vidit himself, right? So this is apart from the plus Kindness Diaries book that you're going to get from Leon himself, right? So that's the small giveaway of sorts, and we thought it would be amazing. And you don't need to even think about if you already are there in the Black Lotus app. The community is very supportive, and I would strongly urge you to read some of those kindness stories They impact me on a daily basis. It's unbelievable the kind of things people do. The simple acts, matter the most. So whatever you have experienced as a kindness act, either to you or somebody did a kindness act and it inspired you, right? And that is the thing that you should write. It's just a small one paragraph would do. Don't worry about the English and everything, right? And just submit it, and we'll get back to you in a couple of days time, and Vidit will do the honors of announcing the winners. And literally just 2 days. Today is 24th, so by 26th, by this weekend, we should be out with the winners and we'll announce it, right? So that's all there is to it. As a giveaway.
I'll just add that when you're writing, it's possible that you get numb. Oh, it's a blank screen. What should I write? So please don't worry about that. As Vikram said, the community is so nice. They are very loving, and nobody's going to judge you. More important is what is the story, what and also I feel one thing is that when you share something, like let's say you did a kind act, and it might feel that we are bragging about it, and then it might feel like it's selfish, but actually what I saw in one of the stories was that watching this inspired me to be nicer, to kind of, it showed me a way, oh, even in such simple ways I could be nice. So look at it that way, and don't worry about the English or anything else. And you can also upload a photo there if you have something, and it can be small. It doesn't need to be like an essay or an article, just a small paragraph, whatever you have seen, and that will be good enough. So shall we show the steps, Vikram?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
I'll just you can tell them exactly how to do it so that there's no problem.
Yeah.
1 second. I think, is this the video?
So there are two short videos. One is where you are going to write the kindness experience. That is this one. The earlier one, the other one is for the registration.
Okay.
It's not visible fully clearly with it. I don't know.
Oh, sorry. I think because I'm showing it on my screen, it's a little bit like that.
Okay.
It'll be a little bit blurry because it's also small size.
No worries. I'll just quickly take 10 seconds to tell you guys.
Yeah.
It's very simple. So when you start the app at the bottom, if you if you just pause and go back a little bit, my apologies.
No worries. I'll just go do that. So where?
Yeah, just go back to the beginning. Hold it there. So at the bottom, you have something called, there's a heart symbol there. It shows the earth or the map there, and that's named RAK, Random Acts of Kindness. So you click that there. Please play. And there is trending and stories. You go to stories. There's a plus button. Click it. Title of the story.
Here, I think on the right hand side there's a plus button.
Yes. Write the story. Read the story. Some of them really, guys, it's really awesome. And put a title that you think, couple of paragraphs, and also it can be kindness of what you experience by somebody else also, no problem. Really, whichever kindness act in whichever direction, doesn't really matter. And it need not be something phenomenal or big, just to kind of share with you the simplest kindness act that that really touched me in a big way was when I had been to my friend's house, and the mother of my friend was she was giving bananas to everybody, and I took the nice, juiciest, biggest, beautiful banana, and my friend he took the one which was kind of rotten, right? And I was really surprised, and I asked him afterwards, why did you take the rotten one? There were other good ones, right? Then he didn't answer, and after prodding him a lot, I got to know that he told me that, look, if everybody takes the good ones, then somebody will be left to take the bad one. I didn't want that. That's why he took it. Now, I was stunned because I used to always take the good ones, and I was really stunned that somebody does like this. Now, all I want to say is, for me, this impacted in a big way. He doesn't even remember this. I recently met my friend. I told him, this is what you did. He's like, did I do it? I don't even remember, But for me, I kind of carry it. And any simple thing that you would have experienced, please feel free to write that. It'll be great for the community. And people will like, people will share, and you will, you're contributing to the kindness and to the community itself. So that's it, really. You write the title, the one paragraph, and upload a simple image, and add a takeaway, and you're done, right?
I think this one is for
yes. So basically, when you sign up, please
If you have
enter.
not signed up already.
If you
I
have
think
not
most of
signed up
them have.
already, yes, referral code, please add VIDITOP so that the app opens up for you. You know, you don't need to. It's a subscription app, so you don't need to pay anything in the beginning. It'll be free. Please use it, and please, while the whole essence of this is you to add the story and you get a prize, etc. I would strongly recommend have the app for a few days because there are some lovely new things that have been added, which comes to you as mindful nudges. And you need to just experience the content just for 2 minutes a day. 9 o'clock, you get a beautiful, nudge, and 12 o'clock, you get a 1 minute action of 1 minute breath work or 1 minute meditation. Give it a shot. You may like it. Yeah. And please, over to you with it.
Yeah, thanks Vikram for sharing it. So
Yeah.
I hope to see a lot of stories there. Chat, please share it. And there are 10 books, and I think, of course, previously there were just 10, but now Leon is also kindly giving away 10 of his own book. So I think there will be more stories to pick from,
Yes.
which is nicer.
That is awesome. That's simply awesome. And hey guys, chat, I wanted to tell you this. You guys have been a thorough inspiration, using the app, giving feedback. I've connected to many of you guys as well, and leaving fantastic reviews, etc. So really thank you. And in really honor of you guys, we are building a feature where, listen to this, it's a subscription app where you need to pay, but hey, we are going to pay you to meditate. Okay, so it's in the works, and we are going to launch that soon, where the more you meditate, when I say the more, every day you meditate for a few minutes a day and take value, then hey, you will get some kind of value back, and you'll get paid for it. So wait for that, guys.
So I remember, Swamiji says that what is meditation? Meditation is the art of doing nothing. And here you're going to get paid to do nothing.
That's a good one.
So, but
Yeah.
it's in works. It's not rolled out yet, but
It's not rolled out yet. It's not rolled out yet, but we will very soon have it, and there are amazing more features that are coming up. And please feel free to use it, guys. And your comments and feedback helps us a lot. Thank you is all I can say. Yeah.
So I'll just wrap it up.
Sure.
That I saw some message. What is the giveaway again? So just share any kindness story in the Black Lotus app. There is a story section. Write it about it. There are 20 books. 10 books are signed by me, and 10 books are from Leon himself. And it'll be amazing to hear, your experiences, and we are looking forward to it. I just forgot to ask Leon. I realize now that if somebody wants to reach out to him, what is the best way to do it? Like, is he on any
Right.
social media, or is
Yes,
he on website?
he's very he is on Instagram, he's on Facebook, and
Okay.
there's a very rich community there. Please,
Okay.
anybody can reach out to him there. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So thank you, Vikram, for your time,
Oh, no.
and thanks to Leon
Yeah.
for his time. It was
Yeah.
amazing. I
Yeah.
think I'm done. I think we have covered
Yes,
everything.
we have covered
Anything you want to
everything. No, I thank you for having me, guys, and bearing with this with me for this 1 hour or so. And thank you, you guys rock, and Vidit, you rock, and Leon is also amazing. So hey, what a night is all I
Yeah.
can say. Thank you, guys.
Beautiful,
Bye-bye.
beautiful. Thank you. I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you, chat, everyone, for joining in.
Good night, guys.
See you. Bye bye.